Hey everybody, welcome to October. I am really excited because this is my favorite time of year. I wanted to announce that I finally purchased a spirit box. It is the P-7B7 spirit box. To my knowledge, this is the same exact one that Zach Bagans uses in Ghost Adventures. It's like this. I guess I could can you see it? So that is what I got. It also came with a little external microphone that comes in a cute little netting package thing for it. So I definitely plan on doing a lot more ghost hunting, contacting with you guys using this. If you guys don't know what a spirit box is, I'm really bad at explaining things, but it travels through radio stations extremely fast. Actually, you know what? Let me look this up for you guys. What a spirit box is a device used for contacting spirits through the use of radio frequency. These devices, or so-called spirit boxes, also known as a ghost box or Frank's box, which I did not know that, are used as an electronic medium for the purpose of direct communication with a spirit. So yeah, basically what I just told you, it just kind of travels through radio frequencies really, really fast, and it can pick up on a spirit's voice, and a spirit can talk through it. It's kind of like a voice recorder, you know, the spirits can talk through those, but you can actually hear it at the same time it's going through. The downfall on these things that sometimes since it does go through radio stations, it can pick up on over radios and stuff, so you could possibly get a voice that isn't really a ghost necessarily. And another big downfall on these is that they are extremely loud. So I don't know, I have always wanted one. It was only $70 on Amazon. I think they're really cool. I'm excited to use it, but that is not the purpose of this video. But before we get to the purpose of this video, I am actually excited to show you other things for October. I am so excited. It's finally October. So I got these from Spirit Halloween. I don't know why I got these, because I already know what I want to be for Halloween, which I'm not going to tell you guys because I have a whole thing for you guys. I'm so excited to do. I know I'm not a big channel or anything, but I'm just really excited for this. It's exciting. But this doesn't really go with my costume, but in a way it kind of does, but not really. But they are fangs. I got vampire fangs. So I got fangs, and I actually do want to wear these with my costume just to see how it goes. I like how it comes in this cute little vase thing. Look how cute that is. That's adorable. So yeah, I got these at Spirit Halloween for $20. And another thing I got from Spirit Halloween are these things. They are bleeding candles, you guys. Look at these. So they're white and then they bleed red. They bleed red. I'm excited. And I'm not going to burn these right now for this video, but I was actually thinking of burning them for my Halloween special video that I just talked to you guys about earlier. So stay tuned for that, because it's going to be a good one, you guys. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little vain, but I think it's going to be really good. I hope it is, because I kind of worked hard on it. And I mean, I still have to get my costume together, but you know, I'm getting there. Usually I wait extreme last minute before Halloween to get my costume ready, but this time I was actually prepared. So yeah, so we got bleeding candles. And another thing I got was one of these wine glasses. I also got this from Spirit Halloween, and I also got a bowl that matches this. It's a mini bowl. I thought it would be really cute for snacks, popcorn or something, and then drinking these with my wine. They are so cute. Look at that. It's the death, the death of wine or something. I love these. They're so cute. And the last thing I want to show you guys, my little chihuahua is a pumpkin. Look how cute this is. I got this at, what's it called, PetSmart or Petco, but it has a little hood. He doesn't like hoods though. He doesn't like hoods. But he's a pumpkin. It's so cute on him. So cute. It even has a little leaf and a little stem. Huh, boo-boo. Yeah. Okay, you can go back to bed now. Say bye-bye. Say bye, Bruiser. This is the last thing I'm going to show you. I know I said the last time, but I promise this is the last thing I'm going to show you before we get on with the video. Of course, my favorite, they're already open because I've been eating them. My favorite thing, Reese's Pumpkins. As you know, these originated from the Easter eggs, the Reese's eggs that come out in Easter. I was obsessed with those as a kid. Like my aunt, every year, every Easter, we'd all go to her house and she had a big backyard. So she would, like the adults would arrange like a little Easter egg hunt for us kids, and they just threw like eggs and candy and toys and stuff in the backyard. Not like toys, but like, you know, little things in the backyard. And there was always just like the lone yellow Easter egg like scattered all through the yard, and that's like the only thing I would get. My mom would yell at me and say, go get other stuff, don't stop getting just that. That's all I wanted. I just wanted the Reese's eggs. But I think Reese's made the perfect comeback for like, not really comeback I guess. I think Reese's made a perfect idea to start inducing other holidays with their shapes. So this is definitely one of my top Halloween or October favorites are the Reese's Pumpkins. The point of this video is I want to read you guys a scary story, a ghost story. I did like a Shane Dawson thing. This is not my personal experience. It's not anybody that I know's personal experience. But this is a story that is on a website that I've been like a member with for many years. Since high school. And I've been out of high school for 5 years, I think it is now. Going on 6. So it's been quite some time since I've read these stories. I mean, I go on this website like here and there, but I definitely love it. Like no matter how much time I take off from reading those stories on the website, I definitely recommend this site because it has so many ghost stories. You can write your own, you can comment on things, you can, you know, favorite some stories and stuff. And that's what I want to do. I want to read a story that I favorited a long time ago back in high school. I have not read this story since, so I want to read it to you guys, and then I'm going to give you some of my thoughts on it, and then you guys can tell me your thoughts down in the comment section below. I will also link the website in the description box so you guys can take a look at it, and I highly recommend this website. It's the best. It is called Your Ghost Stories, and it's yourghoststories.com. Okay, so I remember liking this story because it really touched me, and I kind of remember a little bit of it, but I don't remember a lot of it. But it's like, it just kind of spoke to me in a way. So it is a little creepy. It's not like scary, it's not horrid, it's not horrific, but it is kind of cute as far as I remember, and it is a little creepy. Okay, so the title of the story is called Ghost of Mr. Graham, and it is written by Ghost Seer. They are from California, and it was uploaded in 2008. So that's how old like these stories go back, pretty far. So here is the story. Mr. Graham owned a tiny corner market. He loved all the children who frequent his store. His smile was genuine, and his heart was made of gold. Even though he barely made a living selling his wares, he handed out free candy to the children. Of course, this made the kids want to live at his store. They were there before school and after. Mr. Graham spent his afternoons creating tales for us. I loved hearing his latest story. Mr. Graham was a great storyteller, the best I have ever heard. He had the ability to make his stories come alive. When he spoke, you could hear a pin drop. No one wanted to miss a word he said. If a customer came into the store, they would stop and listen. Childlike wonder would fill their eyes. Mr. Graham loved to pull the adults in as well as the children. His eyes would sparkle with merriment when he created the individual voices for his characters. They came alive before our eyes. I don't know when he found the time to create a story, but he had a new story for us every single day. Each story took us to different places, and we hated it when the story ended. He made sure to tell us tales of wonder, joy, and exploration. Our imaginations went untamed within his story kingdom. Mr. Graham should have been writing books for children, but he said the stories, they were just for us. He made us feel really special. Mr. Graham smiled all the time, but I felt kind of bad for him. His clothes were all worn out, and the knees in his pants were threadbare. He always smelled like lava soap, and his hair was always clean and combed. He appeared to take great pride in ironing his yellowed button-down shirts, and there were perfect creases in each sleeve. The worn-out shoes on his feet were always spit-spot shiny. He didn't have much, but he was rich. He found happiness in giving. He found joy in his stories. He found love through us kids. I don't think he was too lonely, but I know he missed his wife. You could see it sometimes, peeking out from behind the constant smile. A longing for something missing. It would show, albeit brief. His wife had died a few years before. He had opened the store and they had never had any children of their own. I think the visiting children from the nearby elementary school were as close to a family as he ever would have. One sad day, everything changed. After school, my friends and I, we went to Mr. Graham's store, just like we did every afternoon. It was all closed up. No sign, no notice. This wasn't like Mr. Graham. He was always there, 7 days a week. We all looked at each other in confusion. What could have happened to cause Mr. Graham to abandon his post? Wouldn't he miss us? Maybe he hadn't been able to remember another story. I tried to think up a reasonable excuse for his absence. We waited for a bit, and he still didn't show. We had no choice but to go home. That evening, the awful reality would be told to me. My mother sat me down and told me what she had heard. She told me Mr. Graham had died. She had talked to Mr. Graham's landlady at the local grocery mart and been told the awful news. He had a heart attack, but he died quickly. I couldn't believe it. This gentle soul had passed away. I didn't get to say goodbye. I knew the other children would miss him dearly when they were told his news by their family members. It wasn't fair. How could he just go away like that? I was heartbroken. I cried like there was no tomorrow. I vowed never to forget his loving and generous nature. I wanted to honor the kindness in his heart, but I didn't know how. He was with his beloved wife. I was sure of it. He had talked about her all the time, and I was sure they were reunited. This made me feel a little bit better. Time went on and the store never reopened. The neighborhood grew as all neighborhoods do, and a big mall popped up right around the corner. The corner shop belonging to Mr. Graham was quickly outdated and forgotten. I lived about 10 blocks from Mr. Graham's old place, and it was eerie to walk past. Seeing it all boarded up, it made my heart heavy. It had been such a happy place. I had hoped someone would open another corner market and be as kind as Mr. Graham had been. Of course, it didn't happen, and as the years went by, no one bought the old place. I hadn't walked in that direction for such a long time, for a good reason. It had become run down, and derelicts slept nearby in the shadows. I was in my teens now. I remember the decision to walk by Mr. Graham's old place. Nostalgia overtakes the soul from time to time. Am I right? Yes, you are. Anyway, the sun had just gone down, but I wasn't afraid. This was my neighborhood, and nothing was going to hurt me. I kept telling myself this as I walked toward the seedier part of town. As I drew closer to the rotting building, it was apparent that nothing had changed, but it was a special place to me. I felt lighter just looking at the old building. Memories of gumballs and red hots, story tales, and Mr. Graham's sparkling eyes. Wonderful images filled my head. All these memories flying through my head. I smiled a little smile when I remembered how good Mr. Graham had treated us. We had been so blessed to have had him a part of our young lives. I was thinking about turning away and heading back when I saw a muted light coming from the old store. I saw a soft glow, like a candlelight, behind the boarded up windows. I wondered if someone was inside. What would they be doing in there? It had to be dangerous to be inside the building. After all, it looked like the place was about to fall down. I tiptoed over and took a quick peek through the cracks in the boards. What I saw surprised the heck out of me. Okay, I just got chills. Mr. Graham was sweeping the interior of his disheveled, dilapidated store. I can't even read. Okay. Obviously, he was a ghostly apparition, but he looked intent on cleaning up the mess around him. I watched for a few minutes in disbelief. Without any warning, Mr. Graham looked in my direction. Chill! Startled, I froze to the walls. I would have too. Yeah, me. I would have. My hands pressed against both sides of the boarded up window. Wide eyes, still peering through the cracks. I couldn't look away. Mr. Graham tilted his head to the right and smiled. It was like he knew it was me. He winked at me just like he did when he was alive, and I knew at that moment he was okay. No, he was more than okay. I saw that old twinkle in his ghostly eyes. He turned back to his chores and silently, slowly, he faded away. The dilapidated, dated store, whatever that word is, store was as dark as an old, unused building should be. I walked away with a smile on my face and a light heart. Mr. Graham, you will never be forgotten. So, that was really creepy, and the way that the story is told is like, I don't know about you guys, I'm not a professional reader, obviously, but when I read it, or maybe if you guys listened to me reading it, or if you read it, I don't know, like, I can just envision, like, it's so visual, I can completely imagine everything. It's so detail oriented that I can, like, see this whole thing, like, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, I guess, when you read. I don't read that much, but this is, like, the only things I do read are ghost stories. But, like, it's just so, like, I can see, like, every little thing, like, what they see. I feel like it's the same exact thing that they seen. Does that make any sense? Reading that story definitely gives me chills. I think the reason why, no, I know the reason why I liked it so much was because when I was younger, there was an older guy that lived next door to me, and me and my sister always went there and just talked to him. And his name was Mr. Geiswhite, but I used to call him Mr. Grasshopper when I was little, because I was a weirdo. Like, I mean, I grew up on, funny thing is, I also grew up with the Rugrats and the Rugrats generation, and I used to call my doctor Dr. Lipschitz because of Dee Dee would, you know, call the doctor Dr. Lipschitz, which I don't think he was really a doctor, but I called my doctor Dr. Lipschitz, and he thought it was funny because he has kids my age, so at least we're all good. If you guys have experiences, you can definitely write your own story, or if you just want to read other people's stories, you can read them. Like, so if you guys like this video, definitely thumbs it up, like it, comment below what you guys think about the story, or if you, of course, have personal experiences. I love hearing people's personal experiences, so definitely comment that below, and also subscribe for future videos and hit the bell. Like I said, I have a very special video coming out for you guys on Halloween, and it's going to be very creepy and fun, and I will be in costume for you guys for that, so definitely watch out for that video. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but look out for it, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye guys!